Hello, I'm Maurice Bernard. This is my official YouTube channel. I'll be keeping you updated with the latest news, so please subscribe to my channel. Let me tell you, watching young Rocco lately just tugs right at my heartstrings in the most profound way. We all know how incredibly hard it is to grow up, especially when your family is wrapped up in all the wild, unpredictable drama of a town like ours. Dante, bless his heart, is trying his absolute best to be a good protective father. But you know how it is when a papa bear gets overly anxious and protective. Dante is taking these sudden explosive actions to secure his boy, but it is completely backfiring on him. Rocco is feeling so incredibly frustrated, like a poor little bird trapped in a tiny cage. Instead of making things safer and more secure, Dante's sudden adjustments to Rocco's protection details are actually creating a brand new layer of danger. It is exactly like jumping from the frying pan right into the fire. Dante means well, he truly does, but his hot-headed nature is blinding him to the reality that Rocco needs a steady, calm hand right now, not a whirlwind of panic and sudden changes. I just want to reach right through the television screen and give that sweet boy a big, comforting hug, because being smothered by a panicked parent is a surefire recipe for disaster. I think we really need to talk a little more deeply about Dante's mindset here, because it is so fascinating and heartbreaking all at once. He is a seasoned detective, a man who sees the absolute darkest parts of humanity every single day on the job. When that darkness threatens his own flesh and blood, all that professional objectivity just flies right out the window like a leaf in a hurricane. He is acting on pure, raw emotion, and in his desperate scramble to build an impenetrable fortress around Rocco, he is unintentionally leaving the back door wide open for trouble. You see, when you change security protocols so erratically and with such explosive energy, you create utter confusion. And the bad guys out there are just waiting for a moment of distraction to strike. Rocco is already carrying such a heavy burden of anxiety, and now he has to deal with his father acting like a bull in a china shop. It is a classic case of loving someone so much that you end up suffocating them. I remember back in the day when my own kids were teenagers, if you pushed too hard or hovered too closely, they would just pull away faster and act out. Rocco might just take matters into his own hands if Dante does not cool his jets, and we all know that a teenager going rogue is the most dangerous thing of all. Now, let us shift our gears for a moment and talk about a man who never ever lets his emotions cloud his strategy, the one and only Valentin Cassadine. Oh my goodness gracious. This man is always playing a game of three-dimensional chess while everyone else in town is just playing checkers. Valentin is coming up with a brand new plan, and I am sitting here on the edge of my seat just waiting to see how it unfolds. He is ready to make a major adjustment to his strategies, and he has his sights set squarely on Jens Sidwell and Ross Cullum. We all know Cullum is the ruthless criminal who actually murdered poor Marco, and Sidwell is as dangerous as a rattlesnake hiding in a sleeping bag. But Valentin is a true mastermind. He is a known fugitive right now, lurking quietly in the shadows, but he is never truly out of the game. He is watching, waiting, and calculating his every single move with chilling precision. Setting his targets on men like Sidwell and Cullum is incredibly risky, but if anyone can pull the wool over their eyes and come out on top, it is our Valentin. I just absolutely love watching Valentin operate when he is in his element. He has this incredibly smooth, charming exterior, but underneath that expensive suit, he is tough as nails and sharp as a tack. He knows perfectly well that Cullum and Sidwell are involved in some of the darkest, most dangerous plots running through our beloved town. By stepping up and going after them directly, Valentine is not just protecting his own selfish interests, he is stirring up a massive hornet's nest that is going to affect everyone around him. It takes a certain kind of dark brilliance to outsmart hardened criminals who have absolutely nothing to lose, but Valentine has a lifetime of experience surviving impossible odds. I can just picture him sitting in a dimly lit room, mapping out the complete downfall of his enemies with absolute, ruthless precision. He is not rushing in blindly like Dante. He is slowly and carefully laying a deadly trap. It is going to be absolutely fascinating to see how he plans to dismantle Sidwell's operations and make Cullum pay for his crimes. You play with fire, you are bound to get burned, and Valentine is the one bringing the matches. Goodness gracious. The situation with our dear Jordan Ashford is another storyline that has me holding my breath and clutching my pearls. Jordan is still recovering from that terrible, tragic hit-and-run accident, and seeing such a strong, capable, and independent woman in such a vulnerable state is just incredibly moving to watch. But thank goodness she has Curtis by her side through all of this. Curtis is really stepping up to the plate, briefing Jordan on every single little detail of the investigation into who caused her accident. He is determined to find the culprit, and his intense focus has zeroed right in on Isaiah Gannon. Now, this is where things get tighter than a tick on a hound dog. Curtis is squeezing Isaiah for information, applying an immense amount of pressure, and it is creating a terrifying new level of tension that you can practically cut with a knife. Isaiah is caught squarely between a rock and a hard place, and it is just agonizing to witness. The absolute tragedy of this whole messy situation is that we know Isaiah is a good, honest man with a deep conscience. He is being fiercely squeezed and falsely accused just because of a silly parking mishap that scratched his car on the night of the accident. Isaiah actually has an ironclad alibi, but revealing it would expose the massive, world-shattering secret that Rocco and Lulu are keeping. Talk about being in a terrible pickle. Curtis does not know this, of course. All Curtis sees is a prime suspect who is holding back information, and when Curtis gets a bone, he simply does not let go. He is pushing and pushing, creating this suffocating obsession with making Isaiah pay for what happened to Jordan. I feel so much profound sympathy for Isaiah right now. He is sweating bullets, trying desperately to protect a young boy's secret while his own life, freedom, and reputation are being dragged right through the muddy streets of Port Charles. It is a classic, heart-wrenching, moral dilemma. Do you save yourself and betray a sacred confidence, or do you take the fall for a horrible crime you did not commit? The tension between Curtis's righteous anger and Isaiah's silent, noble suffering is just brilliant television. It makes you want to yell right at the screen and tell them the truth. Amidst all this heavy, heart-stopping drama, we are finally getting a beautiful breath of fresh spring air with Gio and Emma. Oh, it is just as sweet as cherry pie, and I am absolutely here for it. Gio is stepping up to the plate and really supporting Emma as she tries to solve the difficult problems she is facing. There is nothing quite like the pure innocence and earnestness of young love, is there? It brings back such fond, warm memories of being young and feeling like the whole wide world is ahead of you, and having that one special person who stands by your side no matter what storms come your way. Gio is showing such remarkable maturity and kindness, listening to Emma, holding her hand through her troubles, and proving beyond a shadow of a doubt that their romance is truly blossoming into something beautiful and deeply real. In a town filled with dangerous mobsters, calculating spies, and hidden agendas, watching two young people simply care for one another is a wonderful, much needed palate cleanser. It really warms my heart to see a healthy, supportive relationship taking root in front of our eyes. Emma has been through her fair share of ups and downs, and she desperately needs someone who is steady, dependable, and true. Gio is proving to be exactly that kind of young man. He isn't trying to fix everything for her in a loud or domineering way. Instead, he is walking gently beside her, offering a strong shoulder to lean on and a patient, listening ear. That is the true foundation of a lasting partnership. I think we can all appreciate the simple, profound joy of watching love bloom. It reminds us of the good things in life, the tender, quiet moments that make all the struggles and hardships worthwhile. I am so eager to see where their sweet journey takes them next. They are navigating the tricky, often confusing waters of young adulthood with such grace, and it gives me a whole lot of hope for the next generation. Let's just pray that the town's usual dark drama stays far, far away from their sweet little bubble for as long as possible. Finally, we absolutely must circle back and talk about what is happening down at the Port Charles Police Department between Dante and the new officer, Joe Fitzpatrick. Dante is taking Joe under his wing, trying to help him understand the lay of the land and the specific complicated issues they are facing in town. It looks like a completely standard mentoring situation on the surface, just a veteran cop showing the rookie the ropes. But oh, honey, we know there is so much more bubbling underneath that calm surface. Joe is not just some fresh-faced, innocent recruit eager to serve and protect the good citizens of Port Charles. He is a wolf in sheep's clothing, harboring dark, dangerous secrets, and likely working as a dirty informant for that dreadful Jen Sidwell. The fact that Dante is spending so much time with him, earnestly trying to help him understand the department's inner workings, is creating a massive rising obsession that is impossible to look away from. It is a high-stakes game of cat and mouse, and neither of them fully realizes the explosive stakes just yet. Thank you for watching my video. I will regularly update you with the latest news about the drama General Hospital, so please stay tuned.